Hey everyone, welcome to the Sackhoff Show. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful day. Happy holidays. I cannot wait for you to hear this episode. It might be one of my favorites because we just had such a great time talking. But I am talking to none other than my new friend, Todd Stashwick. If you don't know who Todd is, he was in 12 Monkeys. He was in Picard. He's in the new Vision Quest. And what I just learned, he was also in Enterprise, which I did not know. He is wonderful. We talk all about him growing up in Chicago and getting into improv, how he auditioned for Saturday Night Live and made his way ultimately out of comedy and into playing the character that is not always very nice. I can relate. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. I'm going to get out of your way super fast just so you can enjoy this episode. I know it's the holidays and we don't have a lot of time. Whatever you're doing, I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you have an awesome holiday, and I'm just going to get out of your way and let you get to know my new friend, Todd Stashwick, a little bit better. Where are you right now? Are you like in a dungeon?
Well, in a sense. This is my, it's being converted into like a place where we wrap presents now. But this is like the nerd lair. This is where I play D&D. I have like arcade games and all sorted nonsense. And so, yeah, this is like my collection room. And
oh my God.
Yeah,
you're such a nerd.
It's pretty deep. Yeah. Yeah, it's.
Oh my God!
It's a sickness. I'll be honest. I'm not well.
We all have our things.
You're not wrong.
We all have our things. When did this sickness start for you? Were you always,
early.
As a young kid, like inclined to fantasy and things like that?
Yeah. I mean, I would say all of that is what informed why I became an actor. So
really.
And I've told this story at conventions that when in like 74, I'm an old person, and in 74 I was 6, and so my first action figures were Kirk, Spock, and McCoy, and so that's when I realized, I'm a nerd, like at 6, and then it just kind of kept going. It just kind of kept going.
What was it about Star Trek? Because I am similar in the sense that my earliest memories of television are Star Trek.
Sure.
That is,
yeah,
that is it.
Well, it ran in perpetuity. Like it was stylish, and it was heroic, and it was thoughtful. Yeah. Yeah. What was it about it? I don't know. I mean, I always was drawn towards big, fantastic, escapee stories as a kid. And then what you don't realize is that you're sort of, it's like fortified with vitamins. Like within the Flash and the aliens and the shooting and the guns and the spaceships and the lasers is like stories of humanity and lessons on altruism and all of that. Yeah.
Well, that was sort of like the intention of Star Trek, right? Like the hidden life lessons. It's like you're watching like a adult version that's palatable for children of like Chicken Soup for the Soul.
100%. And you're thinking about like late 60s, Cold War era, civil rights era, and you have Uhura on the bridge, you have Chekhov on the bridge, just saying, can't we all just get along? And in positions of importance too. They weren't just relegated to here, sign this, and here's your cup of coffee. Like they all had vital roles to play. And I think that just kind of seeding in those truths about us to a 6-year-old, that happens, that it will grow it will bloom and grow.
I think it's also interesting too, because like when I was a kid, my parents never had to question like, can the kids sit and watch this with us either?
No,
So like it was completely fine that like your 4, 5, 6-year-old walked into the room and sat down and the shows were, I don't know, there was something about the tone of Star Trek, Next Gen and the original, that you could sit down, and it also felt like they weren't talking down to kids, but they weren't talking so far over them that kids
100%.
didn't understand that they were, they're sort of, it's sort of like The Mandalorian. Like you could sit down and like watch it with like your parents, but you can watch it with a 3-year-old and you're picking up on different nuance throughout
and
it
was also, network television. So network television, except for Saturday morning cartoons, is like, and being a kid of the 70s and 80s, that's what we got. Like we watched Soap and Three's Company and like all of that as well. There wasn't so much Nick at Night and there wasn't the Cartoon Network. It's like we got the kid kind of thrusted fare on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
But everything else was viewer discretion. Like your parents were watching it. These were communal experiences. There was 3 channels and you got what you got. And there wasn't this as much of an a la carte as there is now. And so when us nerd kids, like we reached for Star Trek, we reached for the original Battlestar. Like these were the things that and then of course, the granddaddy of it all in 77 with Star Wars, like this is what we had. And so we gobbled up every crumb because that's what was there.
Did you ever get into like the Night Courts and the Cheers and the Frasers and the things like that as well?
No, because I am like split right down the middle of like half of me is like villains and antagonists in genre, and the other half of me was hellbound for leather for Saturday Night Live. So, like, I was a comedy boy. Like, that was my upbringing.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why I brought that up, because, like, as soon as I see Second City, it's the first thing that my brain just goes like, okay, you had a sliding doors moment in your career where it went in one direction where it very clearly could have gone in a different comedic place. All of your characters have comedic undertones to them, but I wanted to sort of like talk to you about like improv in Second City and like starting in Chicago and like how you ended up there.
Well, that was like, so all of the Star Wars, Star Trek, D&D of it all was like what I did in the yard with my cousins and friends, right? But I think the way that I would, I was a little kid. Like I was little. Like I was like 4'11" when I started high school. And so, and I was not throwing any footballs. Like, and so I found joy in the response that I would get from making my folks giggle, right? Like, and being the cut up and the way that a diminutive boy in high school could meet the ladies was by cracking them up. And so I think I've spoke to this, like, half of me wanted to be Han Solo and the other half wants to be Bill Murray. Like those were the guys. So if I could be Bill Murray as Han Solo or Peter Venkman as portrayed by Harrison Ford, that's like somewhere I am the third note created in between those two. So of that chord, yeah.
Well, you bring up Harrison, who is a perfect example actually, because you have so many of the same qualities. Like
born in the same hospital.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah,
there you go.
They make space heroes. Yeah.
He is so funny. And I don't think people really outside of like
dry,
sci-fi, because I think people in sci-fi always knew that he was.
Yeah.
I mean, all you have to do is watch like Raiders of the Lost Ark for like 5 seconds and you like figure it out. But like he is having such this comedic turn now.
Oh my gosh.
And I think other people are sitting up and going like, oh my God, Harrison Ford is hysterical with shrinking.
Yeah. He's brilliant. And well, you bring up Raiders, which is the beautiful example of, because not only is he like dry as a bone fuddy, he's also like, what we love about the Harrison Ford persona is he's on his heels. And it's not that he's lantern-jawed and handsome, and he is all of those things and can throw a punch. It's that he can take one, get down, and then slowly get back up, beleaguered. That whole opening scene is a deconstruction of the hero. Like,
isn't it great?
It's all the setup, but he's cool and he's in the thing and avoiding all the traps. And then he's just Chaplin. Like, he's just Chaplin running out of that place, losing his hat. And we love him because he does get the shit kicked out of him and gets back up. Not because he throws the punch, but because he can take it and then suffer through it and then keep going. And his heart's on his sleeve the whole time.
Well, he's an everyman.
Oh my God.
It's one of the, it's what I like to see in my heroes is that they are, it's why I love Die Hard so much. Like, John McClane is just a dude. He's just a dude that found himself in a predicament, and he's the only guy who might be able to figure it out, and he might not be able to. Like, good. And that's the thing that Harrison had, is you always identified with him. Always.
Yeah, because it's, and I think, and you look at all of the films that emulated after the fact, and they emulated, I think, in many ways, the wrong part. They emulated the hero, the the steely eyes, as opposed to the knees buckling and like, okay, just give me a sec. Like, that is why we love the guy, and that's why he's endured, because it's not my fault. Like, it's all of that, like, he's not afraid to look like an idiot.
Well, I think that's the thing, right? I think sometimes when we watch action movies, whether it's a woman or a man, it's and they're leaning into this hero thing, and it's so boring. Like, it's so boring. Where's the vulnerability?
Where's the vulnerability? Yeah.
Where's the second guessing, the self-doubt,
because we don't see ourselves there.
Self-deprecation? Like, where you can't win every day, and sometimes when you win, it needs to be by accident.
Well, and it's the downturns that make the upturns that much sweeter, right? It's those moments of, God, I hope he makes it, that I go, because I see me there, as opposed to, which is why I love Peter Venkman, because the guy looks like he should be selling cars, and somehow, manages to save New York City. Like, it's in spite of himself at times. It's great.
It's so good. Was improv something that came easily to you?
I think, I was always, we're always doing it. Even when you were like studying acting in high school and whatnot, you're always doing it. You're listening and you're responding. It's the mechanisms are already at play. I think the discipline of doing performed improvisation, where you're like, we don't have a script, we're going to do an hour-long show, that's a different pursuit on some level than, say, I'm improvising in a scene and I'm making up a few words here and there and we're going off script. But I think the engine is still the same ultimately. I mean, I got into improv obviously because I wanted to get onto Saturday Night Live. Like, I went to Second City, hell-bent for leather.
That was the whole reason.
SNL. That was it. Like, I want to do what Bill Murray did. Like, and he started in Chicago. I grew up in Chicago. Perfect. I don't have to go far. So right out of college, I went right to Second City and started studying there and at Improv Olympic with Del Close. And then you audition and you hope. And I got great advice from a woman named Holly Wortell, actress, who used to be on Bonnie Hunt's show. Holly's fantastic. And when I was a freshman in college, she was doing the show, like the touring company was doing the show at my college. And I was like, how do you get into Second City? And she was like, get a job there and watch the show. Like, watch it over and over, see what it is that they're doing, see what they're hiring, and then And then that advice kind of became salient through the rest of my career, period, is like, know the show you're auditioning for, know the genre, because there's a difference in procedurals from The Wire as to Law and Order. It's a different kind of acting.
Oh, it's a different kind of acting completely.
And so when I went there to get on Saturday Night Live, lo and behold, it's like the kid that starts the band to meet the girls, but then falls in love with actually making music. And so in many ways, that was it. It's like I went to Second City because I wanted that credit to get on SNL, but I then fell in love with performed improvisation.
Did you auditioned for Saturday Night Live?
In 95.
Do you remember what you did?
Oh, Katee, it was the 90s. So it was it was impressions. We had to do impressions. And so I will trot out I'm not going to do them for you, but I will trot out. I had to do, I did like, the political one I did was like Bob Dole, because that was the era, 95. Bob Dole was like the Republican candidate. And then I did like Christian Slater and Keanu Reeves and Tommy Lee Jones and Michael Stipe, Eddie Vedder. Who else did I shove in there? I said Keanu Reeves. No, I said them all. I think that's all of them. Yeah. Oh, and Paul Reiser. I think I did a little bit of Paul Reiser. And so and then we had to do original characters, and we did it where the host does his monologue.
It's an extensive audition.
Yeah. Well, I kind of strung it together and did like the MTV Movie Awards. So I would have one guy introduce the next guy and the next guy. Cool. So I would just sort of strung it together like a piece.
Yeah.
And then we had to do original characters and be there in 8H. Nobody's in the audience. You're alone on stage. All of the muckety mucks were up in a room somewhere. Yeah. Yeah.
What does that do to you as an actor, or did that have any effect on you as an actor when it didn't work? And that was like your goal for so long?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm sure you've had them, right? You've had the ones you're like, I've decided I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. And it's I was 26. So I was a baby Todd. And it was a reset. Definitely was a reset. But it was also, hey, maybe you should move to New York, because they flew us in from Chicago. And that was the year that like Dave Koechner, Nancy Walls, Adam McKay got hired as a writer that year. It's a reset, but you know what? It's like, what I remember most is the call when they said, hey, come audition. I'm like, what? Yeah. And what I remember most is going out there on that stage and like marking that win. Like I don't get most jobs.
Yeah, most people, I mean, I say that all the time, that 99% of the things I audition for, I don't, 99.99999% I don't get.
I don't get most jobs. And so, I mean, that when you know, since high school, I sort of balanced my dreams on the head of a pin a little bit, but it was okay. It was, and then I was like, okay, well then instead of that, I will do sitcoms, because I had gone to college with Sean Hayes. And so watching his like mid 90s, his meteoric like whoosh, I'm like, okay, that's awesome. And I was so thrilled to just see his success. I'm like, then it's sitcoms. I'm not going to do sketch, I'll do sitcoms. So then I moved to LA thinking that was going to be the trajectory, and then I just started, so half my life have been doing half-hour sitcoms, the other half has been doing killing people
drama
on television. Yeah.
Well, so then it's so interesting. Like I try to tell people that, like, just in life, zero expectations, because you can't. There's all the planning, all the studying, all the getting yourself into the right place, all of it, and then the world and everyone else is going to dictate a lot of times where you fit.
Yeah,
and you know, it doesn't mean you can't continue to try to push the other direction, but there, especially with this industry, it will find your niche. Like it will figure it out for you. This episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN. You guys, seriously, going online without the protection of ExpressVPN is like scuba diving in a suit of meat. It's like, seriously, it's an okay idea if you're looking to meet a lot of sharks. But every time you connect to an unencrypted network, think about it. Every time you go into a cafe, a hotel, an airport, and you're online with that network, your data is not secure. A 12-year-old could practically do this, and hackers are making thousands of dollars per person selling your personal information. ExpressVPN stops hackers from stealing your data by creating a secure, encrypted tunnel between your device and the internet. It's why I use it. I travel so much, and I feel safe every time I log on to a hotel internet. It's rated #1 by tech reviewers like CNET and The Verge, and it's easy to use. You fire up the app, you click one button, and you're protected. Secure your online data today by visiting expressvpn.com/Sackhoff. That's expressvpn.com/Sackhoff to find out how you can get up to 4 extra months. expressvpn.com/Sackhoff. Today's episode is brought to you by Storyworth. What do we have of our loved ones after they're gone? We have their stories. We have the memories with them. We have the things that they have shared with us. It's become really important to me to sit down with my parents and talk to them about who they were, what their dreams were, what their parents were like, what I was like, what their dreams were for me, who they feel like they are on the inside. So many things. And as you can tell, I'm not very good at asking the questions, and that's where Storyworth comes in. Each week, Storyworth emails a loved one a memory-provoking question that you get to choose. Questions like, what was your favorite toy as a child? Or what are you most proud of? And they record it over their phone, or they can email the answer back. It's so easy. Storyworth compiles the loved one's stories and photos in a beautiful hardcover book. Photos are printed in vibrant color. This year, they added a bunch of new features to make storytelling even easier. Customers love Storyworth. They have printed over 1 million books and preserved 35 million family stories since their founding 13 years ago. They have over 48,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. I really like this option. I got this for my parents for Christmas because it's really hard for me to think up the questions. It's why I really recommend it. And what a beautiful thing to find out these questions, these burning questions that we can't think of, that we won't think of until after our loved ones are gone. So really the gift to them is a gift for you. Give your loved ones a unique keepsake you'll all cherish for years. Storyworth memoirs. Right now, save $10 or more during their holiday sale when you go to storyworth.com/Sackhoff. That's storyworth.com/Sackhoff to save $10 or more on your order. Hey everyone, if you haven't subscribed to our show, make sure you do that right now. You hit that button. It is the only way to get alerts and know what's coming and what's up. Back to the episode.
What was your North Star, like when you got into it?
When I got into it, so I started in musical theater. And
so you sing?
I sing.
Yay. How come we don't hear that? We need to hear that.
Because nobody's ever wanted me to.
I just asked you to.
And so it's one of those things. It's the same reason why I think, or maybe a little bit of why you're not doing all of your monologues. It's a weird thing. Like, I can sing in the shower. I can sing for my husband. I can sing for my kids. I can sing all the time. I can, blast out K-pop Demon Hunters with my daughter and
because you're
sing with her.
Be golden.
Yeah, of course, right? Because we want to be golden. But it's been so long since it was the thing that, if I was even hired tomorrow to do 8 shows a week, I would have to completely retrain my voice all over.
Now, is that still like a tickle, like a siren's call? Going, come on,
always.
Come do this, come do a musical. And what would it be?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Would it be Velma?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
How about you do Velma Kelly and I'll do Billy Flynn, and we'll do a production in Chicago.
I would love that.
Right?
I would love that.
Right?
I would absolutely love it. Yeah. But that was my thing. And when I was first in California, I moved to LA first because I can't dance. So I knew I wasn't a triple threat, and I knew I wouldn't pick up that choreography. So I moved to LA. But I was auditioning and almost booked the touring company for Rent when I was like 19. And my manager said, you've got a very big decision to make. Because if you take this touring company and you leave, you're probably not going to come back for a long time. Like
how old
you're
were
going to
you?
go that direction. 19.
Okay, you're a kiddo. That's a scary thing to put on the shoulders of a kiddo.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I wasn't the choice, but I was like, am I going to continue to keep going back for callback after callback after callback? And so I don't know where it would have gone, but I made the choice to pull myself out and go do something different. And
That's
then
scary.
I just ultimately ended up punching people for a living
and
being the person that everyone's like scared of. You know what I mean?
Welcome. I know. I do know what you mean. Because I came out to, because my first, I think what like got me my SAG card was playing a gangster on a show called Remember When with Philip Bosco. I was like this 30s gangster. And then it was like, then here's Law and Order. And then here's Law and Order SVU. I'm like, oh, I guess I am a bad guy. Like,
you're like, am I always murdering people?
Well, it's Dark Circles, Garbage Truck Voice. Like, I didn't realize that was a niche that I was falling into. Not falling, but was like, oh, because while I was doing that, I was doing Dharma and Greg, and I was doing Will and Grace. Like, so I would go over here and, do a CSI, and then I would go over here. And so I think because of that, he said at 57, the road became much more like circuitous up the hill, as opposed to if I had just said just comedy or just drama. But I'm like, I just, was feeding a 3-year-old when I moved to LA. So it's like, yes, I will take all the jobs. Thank you, yum, yum, yum. But I've also had a lot more fun. And then ultimately, it allowed me to be, Bill Murray as Han Solo. It's like that, pursuing both of those simultaneously, I think, cracked the door to get to do the kind of stuff I'm doing now. So I want to bring up our mutual friend because I think that it's the first time, if I go back in my memory, I was absolutely aware of who you were. But then when 12 Monkeys came out and that character existed, and I was like, when I saw Deacon, I was like, oh yeah, that guy. Like I get him. He's like, I get him immediately. You know what I mean? Like, did you know Terry Metalis before that? And how did the character come to you in Monkeys? So no, the shortest answer to that question, no, I did not know him. I met him when I went in for the audition for 12 Monkeys. And I had done a show with Minnie Driver and Eddie, now Susie Izzard. And Terry was a fan of that show. So it was fun to walk into a room and have the showrunner of this new show go, hey, loved you on that show. And I was like, oh, because we were canceled mid-season. And so that show has always been a bit of like a heartbreak show, right? Yeah. And so I just did my thing. But the fun part of the story, and we've retold this at conventions, the fun part was I walked into the audition room, and there was like a room full of Ed Harris's-ish. Like just like Marine, like tough guys, and a room full of super talented, super seasoned actors. And the character I was written was kind of that. Yeah. But I'm like, I don't play tough like that. Like, I just don't. And I'm reading this and I'm like, this character is the charismatic leader of 200 people. He doesn't have to be tough. He's got to be charming. Like, he's got to find a way to make his case that these people want to take up arms for him. So so I'm like, he's more of a cult leader, more of a used car salesman. And so when I did the audition, I just kind of leaned into that sort of weird side. And then I think when my character introduced himself to Aaron Stanford's character in the audition, he goes, I'm Cole, and I go, I'm Deacon. I curtsied as Deacon. And Terry was like, that's what got you the part, because we knew you were going to like make it yours and make it a thing. And then it was only, I'm humbled by this, it was only like a 2-episode arc in the season 1, and then Terry thought it would be a good flavor to have as part of the team, and he goes, he's going to be the sociopathic Han Solo. I'm like, you've read my dream journal, like, where do I sign up? Yeah. And he pitched that to me in Vancouver at the Sutton over breakfast, and then right then picked up his phone, texted casting, and said, make Stashwick a series regular for season 2. So I was like, this doesn't happen in Los Angeles. Like, that was
it doesn't.
Wonderful thing.
Well, Terry's different though, right? Like, he's a different
He's loyal.
Yeah.
He likes to,
absolutely.
he sticks with the people he likes to work with, and it also makes his job easier, I imagine, because then he knows who he's asking to step up to the bat, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I've talked to Mike Flanagan a bit about this as well, because he uses the same people, and it becomes like a repertoire theater type of thing. And Terry has a bit of that to him as well, And at what point did you realize, because you said it was only 2 episodes, but at what point did you realize that you guys sort of spoke the same language?
Well, we're both like children of Spielberg Lucas, right? So we share that 80s love. I think, and you're gonna, you may agree with me or not, but I've also noticed this in your work, is you take the yardage in the scene. Like, how do I phrase this? You take the yardage
for the people who don't understand acting, right?
Yeah, right, yeah. For as they say on SmartList, for Tracy at home, I've said this in the past. Heath Ledger's Joker was not built by him alone. He was given permission to do that on set. He was encouraged to do that. He worked with people, directors, writers, other actors, that didn't say, we have to make our day, Heath. Yeah. Don't just come on, pick it up. Don't move the furniture around. But they didn't. They gave him the room to do that. Like, characters are built by costume directors. They are built by hair and makeup. They are built by the writers, and they are built on set by the actors. So
Amen. Yeah.
It takes this team. Now, you know as well as I, the time that I get to do my job is between action and cut, right? Everything else is a Herculean circus. But between action and cut, I go, well, I have to take this time. I have to understand this guy as I understand it, and then take the yardage. Like, push it, try stuff, be risky, so that you go, okay, well, that's where the edges are in tone, in blah, 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 blah. And Terry, in season 1 of 12 Monkeys, and I know the scene it happened in, where there's this scene where I'm cutting into Aaron Stanford and I'm putting like weird, like psycho-reactive powder in his chest. I just was like, I'm just going to take the yardage. Like, I'm going to play. And they'll let me know if it's okay or not. But once I was like given the green light, it was like, oh, this is someone who gives me room to do my thing. And I would say the same thing about you. Like, I mean, from word go, in that poker scene originally, like right out of the gate, I watched you, which is again why I was like, I sat up at the edge of my chair when I first saw those early episodes of Battlestar, watching you, and your career has reflected that. Like, you take space where someone else may not. Someone else might go, well, I'm just a guest star on this, or it's just a small part. I'm just going to sit still, and I'm just going to not move the furniture around. And I don't know.
The times in my career where I have been too scared to do my thing, it's failed.
Right?
Miserably.
Because you also don't want to feel indulgent.
No.
But I also go, there's a reason I was asked to this buffet and someone else wasn't.
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
I go, I better bring my dish, right?
Well, and it's the play. You know what I mean? Like so many times we find the characters not in the work we do ahead of time, but in the moments on set where we find out things about them that we never knew based
100%.
on how they react in a scene with someone else or the direction that somebody gives you. You go, oh my God, how did I not see that? Let me play that. Like, and when someone gives you the time to—
And the trust.
And yes, it's all about trust. It's all about trust. And I think that's that thing with you and Terry that I clearly see. And I see with Terry in so much of his work as well, and the people that he hires. It is a trust to say, I've now done my job and put the person in the spot that I wanted in that spot. Let's see what they do.
Let's see what they do.
Now I need to trust them to be that character, you know?
100%. 100%. And then you go, I had fun doing this. Now, the rest is up to the editors and the sound designers, and will this communicate? I don't know. Did I go too far? Like, I don't know. But you know, if I didn't risk it, then like you said, you sort of walk away going, oh, that was fine. Like, that was fine. That was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I always, it's like, or if they forcibly put me in a box, I go, okay. Yeah. I can do what you want me to do.
Sure.
I can do that.
I'll take the health and pension. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fun times.
Yeah.
So I think it still surprises me how if somebody doesn't know about 12 Monkeys as well. You know what I mean? Because it was so.
Yeah.
It was still.
Thank you.
Underrated.
Thank you.
And still like
still holds up too.
Oh my God, of course it does.
Holds up. Like,
I went back and I watched some more of it when Terry was on the show like a year ago. And rewatched the first season and was like, God, it's still so good. And made for like no money.
Made for no money. But again, it's the grit that makes the pearl. Like, it's when you have to make that thing out of cardboard, you're going to make it the best version of the cardboard that you ever, and you're going to find clever ways to light that cardboard and shoot that cardboard and make that cardboard. We also, and I don't know if you guys experienced this, we were left alone. Like,
sci-fi really did leave people.
Yeah. Stacey Fung, like we were left and trusted, like, especially by the time we got into seasons 3 and 4, and we knew we were getting 3 and wrapping it up in 4. And so they had the luxury of then going, all right, we get to tell a complete story, finish it off, and pay off like offhanded remarks from season 1 that they may not have known why they were saying it from the get. Like, my favorite example is Emily Hampshire has this moment where she's climbing the stairs to something, and then Terry just goes, say climb the steps and ring the bell. And she's like, why? And he's like, I don't know. It just say it. And then it pays off in like season 4.
So that's one of the things that I
Crazy.
wanted to ask you. I didn't ask Terry. I don't know why, but like, how much of that show was already in his mind before he started, and how much of it were you guys sort of like finding as you were going?
Well, I can't speak to the writer's process.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't invited into that process. Like, we were given these brilliant scripts. He had a really amazing team. I think from what I told, sorting through the fog.
Yeah, of course,
memory.
right?
This was a decade ago. I think he had plans and certain things. He kind of knew where he wanted stuff to land. But I think, like a character like Deacon, I don't think he ever expected to be a part of the team originally when they wrote it. So
right.
They obviously opened things up and changed things, and he had an amazing staff of writers.
Yeah.
And they had their red yarn board and all of that. And then it just fits like a puzzle. And I think, to what you said, it does hurt, not hurt, but you go, if we had been on AMC.
Oh, of course.
If we had been on HBO.
You say that about Battlestar all the time. Had we been, on a network where people were like, wait, what? Network?
And I was lucky because Terry and I both were huge Battlestar fans, that we got Michael Hogan, we got James Callis to come work with us. And so it was, I got to tell, because I actually auditioned for Battlestar.
Did you really?
Back in the day for Gaius, yeah. And so I would have never gotten it because it was James's role the minute, any ink hit the paper. But
so
he's so good. And then I watched it and I was like, this is a brilliant show. But I mean, there's something wonderful about it being a cult hit, and people now, because of Picard, and ideally hopefully because of Vision, are going back and going, well, what else did Terry do before this? What else did Todd do before this? And so there's a rediscovery. But yeah, we were never really on the side of buses. We were never. It was that show, the little show that could, as you know, sci-fi.
This episode is brought to you by Warby Parker. And just in time, because I woke up this morning and I said to my husband, where are my sunglasses? And he went, again? And I said, yes. And I've lost them. I've been using Warby Parker since before Warby Parker started sponsoring the Sackhoff show. I love them. They have made my life so much easier. I go online, I just put in my prescription, and I get to choose from hundreds of different glasses. They have everything you need for happier eyes: eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. You can shop with them online or in stores. They have over 300 retail locations across the US and Canada. They're affordable. So their glasses start at $95. It includes the prescription lenses with anti-reflective, scratch-resistant coatings. Many Warby Parker locations offer comprehensive eye exams for just $85. And then you can just add a pair of glasses at 15% off when you purchase 2 or more prescription glasses. It's so easy. I love going online and doing the try on at home. They have you can take a picture of your face and you can just digitally try on glasses that they have. It's so easy. It really is. And I did it this morning and I got a new pair of glasses. So you should do it too. Warby Parker has over 300 locations to help you find your next pair of glasses. You can also head over to warbyparker.com/Sackhoff right now to try any pair virtually. That's warbyparker.com/Sackhoff. warbyparker.com/Sackhoff. Somebody told me the other day that sci-fi still exists, and I was like, what? What?
Don't tell me stuff like that when I'm drinking.
I know. Yeah. Which I was shocked by. Well, but so you brought up Picard, and was Shaw, did Terry bring that up to you because he knew that it would I don't know, make every childhood dream fantasy that you had as like a 6-year-old, like that you would just be like, or was it like, did you audition for it? Like, what was the process behind that? Because like, I feel like when you showed up on set, you were just like, somebody pinch me. No, wait, punch me.
Like, it's funny. A little bit of both. A little bit A, called B. It was, so he originally called me, look, and so I never expect Terry to include me in anything. People think I do. I just, I know how this town works. I go, I'm so glad you got a job. People go, oh, so what are you doing with Terry next? I'm like, I don't know that I am.
Yeah.
Like, so I have zero expectations. I also know how casting works, right?
Yeah.
So he originally called me when they were doing season 2. He's like, oh, there's this role in this alternate timeline to play Jerry Ryan's husband, but she's the president. I'm like, okay, if it happens, great. And then that didn't happen. It went to another actor. And then he calls me and he's like, we're writing a Starfleet captain for you. And I'm like, well, I can't wait to get to see who plays it because I know Katee will go, oh, that's great, Terry. We have blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah,
exactly.
But he was a man of his word. And, you know, and my relationship to Next Gen is more firmly rooted in me after college, because it was our appointment television. So I was watching it through the lens of being an actor.
Oh, interesting.
And so I was excited to go, because I had already done, I'd done Trek before, I'd done Enterprise. I was a Romulan disguised as a Vulcan on Enterprise. And
how did I miss that?
I don't expect you to know my IMDb page. Yeah, fire your producer. No.
I should. I do all my own research, so I'm just mad at myself.
No, it's good. So I was like, I thought my Trek card had been punched because that was thrilling. Like I had my pointed ears and I had my time on Vulcan and
you realized you never wanted to play a Vulcan again.
Have you played a Vulcan? Have you played a Vulcan?
I've never been in that much prosthetics.
Oh, I have. Buffy, Angel.
Oh, yeah, you did it all.
Buried.
No, there's one thing people are like, what would you not do? And I'm like, vampire werewolf. I don't want to do night shoots.
Oh, they're hell shoots. Whenever I see actors at night and they're wet,
oh, God.
I lean over. I just remind my family that this is the worst night of that actor's life. Just so you know.
Worst night.
So I didn't have that kind of fanboy feeling. I had excitement. And it's also, there's also a big delineation between getting to work with somebody and meeting them on set and then like going to a convention and seeing them or some such. And I shared a story with you that I will share right now on your podcast. Because I had that moment with you, Katee. And it was, I was shooting a movie, and this literally clearly delineates I'm working with somebody and then I see somebody in the wild. Yeah. So I was shooting this movie in New Mexico. And it was with Ewan McGregor and Boyd Holbrook and Natalie Portman.
Yes.
And we had the day off. We were going to go, Ewan and Boyd wanted to go, they wanted to go clothes shopping, like Western clothes shopping. So I'm like, okay, we'll do that. And we went into this little shop, and they were in the back putting on Western shirts. And then you rounded the corner. And my brain was like, I fanboyed. I was like, but the sentence in my head was, Obi-Wan, we have to leave because Starbuck is here and I don't know what to do. Like it was like, I'm working with you and he's my coworker and I'm a fan of Star Wars and he's Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I met him on level ground, but then you rounded the corner and I was like, so it was this adorable moment of going, how context is everything. And so when I met Patrick, and I met Jerry. We were all dressed in Star Trek uniforms on the bridge of my ship. And I was excited to tell these great stories with them rather than I'm going to poop myself. I had a lot of pinch me of like, the pinch me stuff comes when I was at the Chinese for the premiere. And and I have a picture of me at like 10 years old kneeling in front of Vader's and 3PO and R2's handprints. And now I'm walking into the Chinese, and I walk into the Chinese for the premiere, and my uniform is in the glass case. Like this thing that was sweaty and I would wear every day is now is like a museum event. And I'm like, what is this? And then the thing starts with all the music. And because I've said this before, that when you're dreaming of wanting to do these things, you're never dreaming of 16-hour days on set.
No.
You're dreaming of, I want to be on the Falcon, or I want to be on the Enterprise, or I want to, and then when you see it happening in real time in front of an audience and they're responding like you respond as a kid, that's when you're like, oh God. Because everything else is a day at work, and I love my job. Yeah. And there was moments where Terry and I would look over at each other and be like, because you feel like you're cosplaying a little bit.
A little, right?
Like when you're standing there, and that's LeVar Burton, and he's Geordi, and there's Dorn, and he's Worf, and I luckily worked with our beloved fellow Frakes, who he loves you so much. He loves you so much.
I love him so much. He's literally he's one of my favorite people in the entire world.
He is.
I adore him.
He is a gem. And then to be, because I was directed by him on Burn Notice. And so I knew him prior to showing up to work. And so that was just like, it was so much of a giddy reunion. And then back to what we were saying earlier about space, like when I started doing my knucklehead, I was like, I don't know if this is Trek, but the way they wrote it, Terry knows my song, and so he knows how to write the song, and so I start singing the song, and I'm like, I hope this works, because it feels like I'm singing Rent in a Gershwin play, but like you know what I mean? Like,
I want to see that.
Yeah, right.
I want to see it.
Speaking of,
Isn't that funny though? Like that sort of like that thing that actors have. It's like this, I don't even know if I don't think it's insecurity. I think it's the excitement and the bubbling of like finding a character and being a little, like tiny bit nervous. And then that you use it in the role and you're just sort of like, still excited that as like the little kid in me is like, oh my God, how did I get invited to play?
Agreed. And especially those first few days where you are kicking the tires of a new character and you're setting the tone for the rest of your performance.
Yeah.
And it's like a footprint in the snow. You're like, I hope this works, because we really don't get a chance to, unless they really hated it, to go back and redo it and go, hopefully they make the adjustments and tweaks in the room on the day. But you're like, I'm making choices for a character I've never played before. With no rehearsal other than a camera block rehearsal. So I had the great, humbling fortune of all those writers were 12 Monkeys writers. So they knew how to put words in my mouth. Like it was melted butter. And so I was like, when I finally got to shooting, I was like, oh, it didn't feel like the first day that day. It felt like I've been wearing this suit for a while because they knew tonally how to write for me. My big question was, I had to trust that tonally this fit into the project, because he was such a departure. And again, I do what I do for better or for worse, and that's often you go, Well, that's why 99.9% of the time you don't get the job, because what I do didn't work for that. Doesn't mean you're bad. It's just like, no, that's not the song that we want sung in this thing.
What, if anything, how thick was your NDA for Vision? It's amazing, isn't it? The Disney NDAs.
I literally, Kevin Feige is just standing right here with his arms folded, staring at me, nodding. With a
John Favreau's right there.
Sniper rifle. I was back in the day. Favreau and I were in the improv scene in Chicago.
Really? Crazy, man.
Early on, tiny world.
First time I met him, I almost threw up in my mouth. I'm not kidding. It was one of those moments where I immediately reverted back to a 15-year-old kid and was like
me in New Mexico seeing you.
Yeah. And are you sure I'm in the right room? You know what I mean?
I love that.
Wait.
I love that we can still feel that way.
Every time he speaks to me, though, I wish that I could settle in.
Katee, man, a couple things gotta say to you right now. He's just, I probably did puke in my mouth when I met him because we were probably drunk at a party in Chicago. I have not really seen him barely since then, so I don't even know if he'd remember me because I was a baby boy. But tell him hello.
I will, for sure.
But yeah, what got us down this road?
We were talking about the NDAs and
yes, so the Vision NDA. It's ironclad. But the leaks have been crazy, and so some of the things that leaked.
Really? So there's been leaks?
Mm-hmm. Some of the things that leaked, then we just turned into not long after we would go, yep, Stashwick's in it. Yep, he's playing Paladin. We've just sort of copped to some of those things that were. I saw them floating around. I don't know if that had any bearing as to when the cadence of info release.
How were they leaked? Does anyone know? I mean, do we ever know that kind of stuff?
Exactly. I don't know.
But you guys shot in London, right?
For 6 months.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
It was cool.
That would be so cool.
Pinewood.
I know.
Yeah.
I shot a movie in London and I loved every second of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just different.
It is. It is. I mean, it was a reminder that I'm too old for Subways.
I'm sorry, you said Subways and I thought sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
And I went, maybe you might be too old for Subways because if we still think they're sandwiches.
Yep. They're,
my dog is right here and looks so much like your dog.
This is Bella. She was a rescue, literally off the street. And then she just came up and demanded that I pay her mind.
That's what Happy was in LA?
Yep.
So ours too, just followed me home.
Maybe they're related.
Maybe. Happy.
This is Bella, no. Lady Miss Bella Bean. I'm putting you down.
Bella.
So there's very little that we're allowed to say about it, obviously. There's very little. There's been no trailer leaked. We're not coming out until next year. I play a character that is from the comics. He's a bounty hunter, mercenary guy named Paladin.
So, because I was going to say, Paladin has source material. So, did you, now I know that you're a fan of tons of stuff in the nerd culture. Were you a fan of graphic novels and comic books growing up?
Yeah.
So were you aware of the character before? Or did you have to go search him out?
Well, a little bit of both. I was aware of the character. And he has, he's had many different incarnations, as they often do. Popped up originally in Daredevil, Heroes for Hire. So he's had a very interesting career. He's a bit mercurial, a bit mysterious, so that allowed us the space to kind of put our own thumbprints on it. Yeah, it was cool. That's cool.
Cool.
I mean, It's a wild thing. Again, you do these things and you shoot in a box. Years go by, and then you go, oh, I guess it's coming out then. Yeah. I mean, it was a year
that's
between
another
Picard.
Premiere. A year between. Oh, you mean shooting Picard and it coming out?
Yeah, and then the same with this. Like I wrapped in August, and we're not going to see it.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Yeah. I wrapped Carrie in August, and it comes out next October.
What? I know. And
it's a year and a half.
And you, like, and so used to, because you and I are from the before times where we would do a show and then a month later it would be on.
You'd be shooting at the same time.
Yes. And
we're going to need you to come in and loop this line because it airs Sunday.
Yes. just do it on your phone.
Can you do it in a car?
Yes. And so it's this thing where you would just get so far away from it, and you go, well, gosh, it would be so fun and to have it out and to play in that world and be celebrating it, but then it's sort of delayed satisfaction.
Of course.
But I had a blast, lots of, fight choreography and all of that stuff that allowed me to have to soak my knees afterwards.
I haven't done fight choreography for so long.
Hence why I was reaching out to you, because I was saunaing every day.
Did you get a sauna at home?
I have not yet.
Oh, man.
Life.
It's tough, man. It's tough. It's, I wish that I could tell you that my self-care was like on point, and it's not. My self-care is tragic right now. I've got 2 kids, like under 4. I haven't taken a leisurely bath for 4 years. It's why I like being on location filming, because I actually,
you actually get to,
can do shit.
I got to, I have a 27-year-old and an 18-year-old almost. So they're pretty self-sufficient. I have to. That's why people are like, is it hard to be away from your family? I'm like, I live in the same house and I don't see them.
You're like, they don't want to see me.
They don't know I'm here anyway. No, I actually have wonderful children. My daughter did a performance. She did 6 Degrees of Separation in her high school.
Wow.
And I saw that production last night. My son's an animator. Yeah, it's crazy. Get ready.
Is it weird to see, not weird, what's the right way? Are you fearful for your kids and their chosen professions with the way that our industry is changing?
No.
Okay. I love that. Why?
Well,
or why not?
Fear doesn't serve anybody. Because they'll find their own way. Like they are natives to the profession as it is now. They have nothing to compare it to. So they will. Again, so imagine when we came up, there was an entire generation before us that was like, you guys don't know what it was like.
I'm sure.
Right? And so, like, we were contract players for Warner Brothers, signed up for 7 pictures.
Exactly. Now you've got 45 channels.
Yes. For some reason, I act like I worked with Betty Davis.
We both did, and it's because we're dramatic and we want to.
100%.
We want to.
I know. What a
like, I want to be a golden girl.
I know. So I think so I'm not afraid. I don't fear for that. I mean, there's other reasons where I'm worried about the future, rising temperatures, political climate. Their pursuit as artists is theirs to have, right? All I had to do was sort of, light the pilot flame and fan it every now and again.
Yeah.
Just chase them in the direction they wanted to go. I never had a, hey, don't, maybe you should, you might want to consider. And I'm like, A, who wants to be that dad? And then B, what I should go is, or what I actually end up doing is, how can I help facilitate your dreams? And then you're on your own, kids.
Yeah.
How about you?
I ask because my daughter is, she has got an imagination. I had one. I was very good at like playing make-believe by myself. I loved it. I don't remember it like it was yesterday because it was not yesterday. But my daughter has this imagination where she just wants to live in make-believe. She wants to play mermaids every day. She wants to play unicorns.
Like call,
she wants to
call sailors to their death?
all of it. All of it. Yeah. She wants to, we were in the pool today and she looks at me the second we got in the fucking pool. We took 2 steps in and she goes, your dad has a trident and the dragons are coming to get it. And we need to go hide in the castle. I'll protect you. Move. And I was like, let's do this.
There's a backstory.
All of it. The backstory and and if you do it wrong, by the way, she might be a director, but if you do it wrong, she's like, no. I said that the dragon is coming. There's fear. Go.
She gave you your motivation.
She does. It's pretty amazing.
That is.
It's pretty amazing.
You're doomed.
Yeah. But my instinct is maybe, how do you feel about teeth? Maybe you should be a dentist. It's my instinct. But at the same time, I'm like, fuck, man, she's good at this.
But were your parents that, though?
No, my parents told me to do whatever I wanted to do.
Right.
And they always told me I could do anything.
So this is, so not to, I'm not leaning into the nepo of it all with my kids, but my kids grew up in the circus. So being a trapeze person is not an outrageous thing. I mean, it was,
there you go.
I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, I think I had a distant cousin who was a lounge singer who put out records, but I was it. And so to carve that path out of stone, initially, that's not a path. You don't carve paths out of stone. But to carve it whole,
I mean,
you
if you
might
live
have
to. In Oz,
you're not wrong. Yes, I guess you do. I saw the movie. You have yaks pulling a machine.
I beg to differ, sir.
Yes, you're so wrong. But my kids already go, it's a viable way to pursue a career. It's a reasonable profession, and there are steps to be taken. And I think I had that moment as a kid in Chicago where I was watching TV, going, "Oh, there's people on TV. I'm a person. Got that part taken care of."
That's pretty much what mine was. Well, this person did it. Why can't
I? They're going to need another guy,
Yeah. They need 2.
They're going to need 2 guys. The end.
It's true. It's true. I'm just figuring it out as I go along, though. Just trying to not fuck them up in the ways that I think that
you're going to, and I'm going to, and that's what their therapy is for.
Yeah.
But we're not aware, but we're doing the best we can.
Yeah.
I want to work with Flanagan. I had a very fun story where Katee reached out to me and had me come over to their house to teach their children Dungeons and Dragons. And so I played D&D with Mike and Katee and her son and friends.
P.S. I love that Kate did that. That's amazing. But I also I don't understand Dungeons and Dragons. How is it that I've never played?
We're changing that next year.
I don't know anything about D&D.
Okay. It's
other than what I learned from watching Stranger Things.
Well, the easiest way to put it is it's collaborative storytelling. One person leads the story. You have a character. I would throw obstacles in front of you. Here comes a goblin. And then I go, what do you want to do? And you're like, I want to stab it because it wants to take my gold or something. And I go, okay, roll the dice. If the dice land this way, it worked. If it lands that way, it doesn't work. If it didn't work, the story goes this way. If it worked, the story goes that way. So the story keeps evolving and changing.
It's a choose your own adventure, kind of.
Where the dice decide the success or failure of your choices. So excited. So there's a randomness to all of it, but your character has numbers they can add to that dice roll where you're better at some things than another character and they're better at these things. So if you were like a fighter, you can add more when you go to stab it. So it's I rolled a 12. Oh, I get to add 3. Oh, it's actually a 15. I'm like, you stabbed it. You killed it. And I go, tell me what happens. And then you describe, okay, I pirouette with my sword and I swing through, severing its head as it bounces down the stone steps. So it's all how we tell the story to each other. And it's, as Matthew Lillard says, it's the best way to spend a life. It's a great way to sit around with friends, and I've been doing it since I was 11. So it's you'll have a blast.
I love Matthew Lillard.
I know.
Like, I love him.
Yeah.
And having just worked with him, he is, not only is he like incredibly talented, and not only is he just like
heart as big as the world. Yeah.
But he takes it upon himself every day that he's on set or on location to pull not only the cast together, but the background, the crew. He becomes like Santa Claus, like, for lack of a better terminology, because I'm thinking about Santa right now.
He comes into their house at night.
But he becomes the joy and the glue for the entire day.
I'm so surprised.
That is so valuable on set when you're shooting for 16 hours. And not only does he do all of that, but he's like better than everyone else. He's just memorized, and he's there, and he plays, and he's like, God, it's a gift. And I pray that everybody else gets that experience.
I've never gotten to act with him. I only know him through D&D.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's one of the good ones. And very much I'm like, so he's an actor in his 50s who does genre, plays D&D, and has 2 companies. I would like to be that when I grow up.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. So much fun.
Yeah. I think we should end on how much we love Matthew Lillard.
That's what it is. It is a love parade on Lillard.
Yeah, as it should be.
It's Lillard Palooza. You heard me.
We should have a convention that is called Lillard Palooza.
Come as Shaggy. Come as the guy from Scream. We can cosplay.
Yeah.
We can drink his whiskey.
I'll do it.
I'm saying.
I drink.
I'm saying.
This has been amazing. I don't know if we've ever actually talked.
We have
like this much.
Twice. And one time I talked at you because I was being pulled. I was packing and they were trying to get my car to leave a convention. And I was short-circuiting in front of you. And you like Todd whispered me. Like you were like, I get it, man. I get it. These things are crazy. And you shushed me down. And I was like, oh, I just got Sackhoffed. Yay. You're a healing balm.
That was me. I talked to you like I talked to my 2-year-old.
You did. You talked me down. And then the other time was when I accosted you with my Ewan McGregor story.
Yeah, it's true. But I'd forgotten all about that because that was the first time I saw Ewan McGregor in person. And I still get nervous whenever I'm around him.
Yeah. So you are my Ewan.
There you go.
Yeah. He's just a guy I worked with. I haven't had a chance to work with you yet.
Someday.
I hope so.
Someday.
Someday. But we'll play D&D.
I would love that.
I
would love that.
We'll do that
because someday my kid will love that.
Yeah.
We should. I would love that.
Cool.
I would love that. All right. This has been amazing.
Yay.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see Vision at some point in the near future. When it comes out, you have your big premiere.
You and me both. All right. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, I'll do the thing.
Have an awesome, I can't do it. It's the only reason I'll never be in Star Trek.
You've got your own version. You'll be an offshoot.
It's like a gang sign. We don't. Katie's dead. Thanks so much for listening. Really appreciate it. Wasn't that fun? Yes. I don't know about you, but I feel like going and playing D&D right now. I want to remind you all about the Patreon, patreon.com/The Sackhoff Show. It's where we talk about this episode, and we're going to go do that right now. So you can either go and join us, or you can just come back here, and I will see you next Tuesday, and that's what's up.